Hello YouTube, it's your pal 2 Wheel Maniac, and welcome to the long-awaited East Coast Adventure Tour. 8 states, actually 9 states, 2,000 miles. Let's get started.
Agents of the Resistance. We must rise. We must resist.
Welcome guys, like I said, this is the East Coast Adventure Tour. This is actually my trip from Philadelphia down to Atlanta for the Motovlogger Meetup back in like April. This is such a hard thing to edit because of the amount of footage. I mean, just the first day, the way down to Ashville, North Carolina, I have 7 hours of footage. So, let's get started. There's probably going to be a couple different renditions here, but this is me on my way, and I actually didn't grab the emergency credit card, so I had to go meet the missus. So let's go meet her right now.
Oh. Alright, I love you. I love you. Thanks for walking in. Bye, Mrs. 2 Wheel Maniac.
This was really emotional for me. There was a lot going on, and a lot that I didn't really know how to handle. I mean, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, where I've gone out on a trip by myself, and I've spent days away from really anyone that I really know. So there's an emotional toll here. There's also the worry of I had built this bike in like a month and a half prior to this trip, and I trusted it, but you never know what's going to happen. I mean, in my tank bag, I never did a video about packing, but I wish I did. In my tank bag, I had every tool I needed to take the bike apart to the frame, drop the motor, take the entire motor apart, get whatever part I needed to get, and then put it all back together. But I mean, it's nerve-wracking. 8 states, which actually ended up being 9 because I had to go change my route a little bit because I had to go meet Mrs. 2 Wheel Maniac to pick up the emergency credit card. So I actually ended up going through West Virginia for like, I don't know, 5 seconds. It was the smallest part of West Virginia I think I've ever seen. But I did it. So 9 states, 2250 I think was my total mileage all said and done. Crazy amount of time. I did it on Gwen Stacy, which you guys have seen in some of my more recent videos. She's gone through a couple changes between the trip and then, but she was not comfortable. She's still not very comfortable. And actually here we're coming up to the very first gas station I stopped at, and yeah. Sometimes you just gotta put some gas in the tank and stretch your legs. Because when you're done, it's back in the saddle. So there was a lot of emotional distress kind of going on at this point of the trip. I'm super excited. I have a 4-day weekend. I'm spending the entire 4 days riding my motorcycle, seeing a friend whom I haven't really seen in a while. I'm staying at his place. I'm meeting some of my heroes. Some of the motovloggers that I look up to and still look up to this day. I don't care how many subscribers I have. They're the ones who got me started. But as the day went on and the sun started to set, here we are. I'm actually in Virginia, which was a ridiculously long part of the trip, because I think it was like almost 700 miles in the state of Virginia, because I took like the long way through Virginia. But I mean, beautiful state. I mean, all I did was highway. Their highway system is super fast, and the bike was like, oh, you're doing 100+ miles an hour because the speedometer was off. But this point, I'm probably 5-6 hours into the trip, and I'm starting to get tired. I mean, I'm excited, but I'm starting to cramp up. I'm stopping every about 150 miles to fill up my gas tank, and it's just a stretch. So what on paper looks like a 10-hour trip ended up being almost 14 hours. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit, but I mean, I'm so excited because I'm gonna go see these people. I'm gonna go see my buddy, but nervous. You know, I'm leaving Mrs. behind. I have never done that. Mrs. and I have been together for about 5 years and never really spent any time apart. Not like this. I mean, days here and there, but not an entire extended weekend where I'm on a trip and she's at home. So this was really kind of emotional, and you don't really realize that until you kind of set off and get on your way. But a lot of good things happened on this trip, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. I learned a lot about myself, a lot about my bike, a lot about just a lot of different things. But here we are. We're still in Virginia, believe it or not, and actually we're coming up to a gas station here shortly where I kind of filled up. This is right before I went into Tennessee, I think. I wish I had broken up the video a little bit more so I could see where all the different state signs were so I could capture it all. I'll probably just have to watch it all in regular time and not kind of jump around to try to find some decent footage. But regardless, this was a long day. I mean, you don't realize how uncomfortable your motorcycle is when you put a race seat on it until you ride it for 14 hours and, well, straight, pretty much. Stopping every couple of hours to stretch your legs. Finding, let me go get gas so I can get off the motorcycle. This gas station was kind of sketchy. And by kind of sketchy, I mean it was like really sketchy. Let's see if we can see anything. I don't remember, but yeah, this gas station was sketchy. Yeah, I'm just watching this footage and making me tired. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to talk about at this point. But here I am. I mean, filling up. This is my 5th fill up. Now, I had budgeted about 200 gallons, not 200 gallons, like 50 gallons. And I ended up coming close to it because the fuel efficiency was great on the way down, but then on the way back it suffered, and it still never really recovered. I'm not sure what happened, but here we are. We're actually in North Carolina now. Now, Asheville is the very southern part of North Carolina, and this part, we're in the northern. The camera died and I didn't have my battery charger charged up, but the commute down, although all highway, North Carolina is where it kind of turned from highway to mountain highway. Truck runoffs here and there, dark, twisted, and I really wish I had been at this part earlier because I couldn't see anything. I'm tired. At the last gas station I stopped, I got some Red Bull. I think I slammed it right there. But you don't realize how exhausting motorcycle riding is unless you do it for a long period of time. There's a reason why, you know, the MotoGP guys train for hours a day. But all in the name of learning and science. I had a blast on the way down. It was tiring. This is Friday. The motorcycle meetup was on Saturday, and I was still going to be about 3 hours away from it. My plan was to get to Asheville by like 11 p.m. so I could hang out with my buddy for a little bit and then pass out, wake up early, and then go down the meetup. But day 2 was another day. I ended up getting down to Asheville around 1:30 in the morning. It was fine. My buddy doesn't sleep. So this is day 1, guys. Let me know what you think. If you wanted to see something a little bit different, let me know. But as always, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you loved it, click that share button. Until next time, stay hungry, stay foolish, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Blah.